Friends, today you will need your writer's notebook, something to write with, and your sticky notes. Because nonfiction writers go from rereading what they've written, and when they reread, they squeeze their brains to think up more information to add to their writing. Now, I know that some people struggle with writing just a little bit, and one of the reasons is because you have to squeeze that brain so much that it becomes like squeezing a lemon to get the lemonade out. So you're going to reread one of your books today, and you're going to think about things you could add to it. We're also going to get into breakout rooms and share our writing with one other person, and you're going to tell each other things that you could add to your story. One of our biggest goals today is to elaborate. So authors reread their early drafts, trying to add more. So we will use a new tool, friends. Writers revise their story by using flaps. So that's what we're going to use our sticky notes for. Those are going to be our flaps. So we reread the story, think and ask, where can I add more details? Mark that with a star, say what you want to add, write it on a flap, and tape it to your story. Then you reread the whole page. We're not using flaps like this because we're not in class. We would be doing that. So now you have a new goal today and every day in your writing. After you write a page, you reread and add more. So I'm going to turn right to my page where I wrote about my family. By the way, can you believe all this writing that we've already done this year? It's a lot of writing. So I wrote about my family. So the first thing I'm going to do is reread my writing. My family is 4 people and 1 dog. Guinevere is 17 and my daughter. My son Jude is 12 years old. I'm married to Mr. Littlejohn and we have 1 dog named Freddie Sparkles. I am Tamara, the mom and wife. We like to spend time together. We play video games like Mario Party, Among Us, and Mario Kart. We love to visit Disneyland. We also like to make things. I make books, Guinevere sews. Jude prints 3D models and paints them with Mr. Littlejohn. Paints them. Mr. Littlejohn is an artist who writes and draws comics. That is all about my family. So right now, I'm going to go back here and I am going to add some details about us. So one of the things that I thought of was the part where I wrote about Jude prints 3D models and paints them. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little star there because I would wonder as the reader, what kinds of models does he print? He prints models out of plastic and resin with his 3D printers. He usually makes figures to use in his role play games like Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars. So I'm going to go ahead and put a star right here so that I know that that part uses that part too. So I'm not going to read the whole story to you again, but I am going to read this part right here, and I'm going to include that this time. Jude prints 3D models and paints them. He prints models out of plastic and resin with his 3D printers. He usually makes figures to use in his role-play games like D&D and Star Wars. So now that answered some questions. I'm going to add another one where it says Guinevere sews, because what does she make? Guinevere makes skirts, dresses, and costumes. She loves to make the costumes from Legend of Zelda. She has made 3 Zelda costumes for herself and 1 Link costume for Jude. Oh my gosh, you guys, I already have so much more information. I can't wait to see what you share with me this time. What do you think your job is going to be to do? To add at least 1 more elaborate detail, take a photograph of it, and share it with me on Seesaw. I am so excited to see what you add.